It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's get you inspired to conquer this year. Whether 2023 has started off on an amazing note or a bit of a shaky one, we all right now have the opportunity to forge some hope and a hope-filled mindset, because it is a choice to help us navigate these unknown waters of 2023. I'm sure I've said 2022 a few times already. To that end, one of our favorites, our good friend and registered counsellor Shenaaz Moos, now joins us to chat about starting fresh and how to keep those New Year's resolutions alive. Have you broken your New Year's resolution already?
Nope. Don't have any.
Do you make any? I was going to ask. It was a trick question.
Don't have any.
Compliments. Thank you so much for helping us look after our mental health. Most importantly, because I have a feeling that is going to be the fastest growing space industry, financially and otherwise, this year. The mind matters. That being said, we have this gateway at the beginning of a year. And I was joking with someone the other day saying, should I feel different on the 1st of January as I did on the last day of December? Because it's just, you know, seconds apart. We want to feel fresh. We want to feel rejuvenated, but some of us might not be there yet. Where should our headspace be at this brand new start of a brand new year?
So a lot of the times we set these goals for ourselves, and we know at the end of December, we are going to take stock.
Yeah.
So there's this whole expectation. Yeah. So the expectation, I think it's in all over the world. It's not just South Africa. This new year, new start feeling. But I think that when you have a chance to take stock of the year that passed, that would be a good opportunity to weed out. So that's one of the pluses of that.
Systems analysis, I call it. Just analyze your system, your workflow, your communication, all of those elements that keep a small business or a big business running well. Focus on that. That being said, I'm learning as I come out of this dream of the last 3 years in terms of my own mental health, we have a bag of tools. And we need to constantly grow and develop those tools, sharpen those tools. What tools do we need to develop a positive mindset? Where does that choice begin, and how do we institute that?
I think one of the first things would be a softer or kinder view of ourselves.
I love that.
So I think with that in mind, when we look back at anything we didn't achieve in the previous year, we look at the new year as, okay, this is a chance just to maybe get help, maybe get support, maybe ask someone who's done it already to guide me. Not necessarily a mental health person, just someone you trust. So it's about being kinder to yourself and also realizing that start and stop and start and stop isn't failure. No. It's just keep on moving in that direction. It's part of success. Yes, you just keep moving.
It's funny, every influential person I have on this couch, I ask them how they see failure, and they all look at me like, I don't understand that question anymore, because it's such an essential part of their day-to-day running. Goals are often where I think our New Year's resolutions fall down, because we have this lofty ambition of achieving $1 million in the first 3 months. We don't get it, and it becomes a negative reinforcement. How do we reassess our goals so that they're realistic and achievable, but also they are those goals, those life kind of incentives that force us to level up? How do we find that balance?
I think, first of all, the goals that you set for yourself have to be aligned with who you are. So if you're setting goals actually that don't speak to you, or what you are meant to do, your purpose, you're actually always going to be 10 steps away from it, because it isn't actually meant for you. And a lot of people, when they begin to truly know themselves, their goals then align with who they are. So they set a goal that, okay, that's achievable, and the breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps. So that's the part that most people don't have. They just write this goal.
Baby steps.
Yeah, there's no small goal for January month. Yeah, January month, this is the baby step 1. February, that's, you know, so that actionable plan has a mini plan, little steps that take you through it.
Get practical. I think when I'm coaching young people into this craziness of life, it's very much about, yes, we've got the big things. Your subconscious can deal with that while you're asleep. Focus on the small practical matters that you can do something about right now. We have all, in some way, dealt with trauma, some in the worst kinds of way. I think financially, in terms of our own familial situations, work, we've all dealt with massive change that brings with it this knock-on effect. If we are still coming out of that haze, how should we be approaching this new year while everyone else is buzzing and launching to the stratosphere? We're like, I'm just trying to pick myself up off the ground. How do we manage that transition?
So that's where those tools come in that I mentioned, your self-compassion, being kinder to yourself, being patient. And the thing with trauma is that everyone will get over a particular trauma in their own timeline. There are phases that we go
a
through,
process of
stages of
grief.
trauma recovery, but even that isn't fixed to a timeline. So when two people experience the same trauma at the same time, even the recovery is different. So knowing that who you are impacts how quickly, because society has this phrase, just move on, just get over it,
Yeah.
pick yourself up.
Pick yourself up, suck it up, put your big girl pants on. Come
Without
on, yeah.
acknowledging that I'm broken or I'm still healing. So healing, and it's not a competition. There's this comparison between, okay, I'm behind.
It's a
I'm
team
behind.
sport. Yeah.
So it's not about that. And good friends and good support systems around you see you struggling, and they come. When you don't want to ask, they come and help you.
Check in.
Yeah.
I would say that. Rather stop thinking about yourself and your own mental health and think about the 5 people closest to you. Check in with them, ask them how they are doing. And when we speak of support structures, you are very much a part of ours. So thank you so much. There's so much we need to talk about. I've had an absolute gem connecting with family, and hopefully you have had exactly that same experience. One of the positives out of COVID, we are connected more now than we ever have been. Ride that wave this year. And also get up and move.